lighting the flames of faith, a call to service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all form of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as our practitioner Doris Pillardi lights the last candle, let it represent the path that brought you here this morning. And please join with me in an affirmative prayer. Breathing into this sacred and holy moment of now, recognizing and inviting in that divine presence, recognizing that it is all there is. One power, one source, one life, one beautiful creative energy, creating out of its own self-awareness. Spirit is everywhere present, making itself known. That divine creative energy is that which has called each one of us to be here. It is in and through and as each one of us. And so I know that that divine power, that creative energy, is making itself known. That each one of us has joined together in participation this morning to know God, to experience that divine presence, to lean into it yet a little bit further, to inquire into the creative power of life. And so I know that we do this joyfully, graciously, with open hearts and open minds to that message which is right here, waiting to be heard. And so I know that we listen with love. And I know that each need, each desire, each inquiry is fulfilled. And so with my heart overflowing with appreciation and gratitude for all that's unfolding, for all that is being revealed, for all that is God, I simply let go and let it be. And so it is. And let's welcome back to town and back to the platform, Dr. Heather Clark.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Patty. Good morning. And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Capistrano Valley, where it's my job to call you to your greatness. It's my job to, with compassion and wisdom, to nudge you into knowing who you are and what you are and why you're here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm very happy that you decided to be with us this morning. And I'd like to introduce the people who will be on the platform. Wasn't she wonderful last week? Reverend Patty Cotto is my platform assistant. Later on in the service, she's going to be joined by Lisa McClure. Wave or something, Lisa. our wonderful band that's always exceptional, Diane King Van, our music director, choir director, Ed Cusby on guitar, David Page on drums, and Bill Dixon on bass. Our special guest vocalist this morning is Michael Paul Smith. So happy he's here. And our song leaders this morning are Kimberly and Wade Wooldridge, who are going to come forward now. And we're all going to stand together and sing our first song for the morning.
Arise, O people.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun. But God's so much more than the earth and the stars, or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, leading us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my heart, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light. God
As me,
as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Give yourselves a big hand. That was great. Then greet the people around you, and then we'll declare our principles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you would please return to your seats if you haven't already, we're going to declare our principles together as soon as they come on the screens. Gives us a chance just to exhale. There you Nope, not yet. Declaration of principles. Okay. It's actually really good not to rush into it and just to take an opportunity to breathe and feel that divine presence. Okay. Just about. Gives me a chance to look at you all. Okay, please join me. I believe in God, the one creative intelligence, operating through the universe and operating throughout my entire being, now and always. I believe this perfect spirit operates upon a law of mind and creates my experience exactly according to my belief. I believe this perfect creative intelligence can be used by me and by every other person to produce health, abundance, and love in mind, body, and total life experience. And I rejoice in it, and so it is. Thank you very much. I'm so grateful for you, not just to be here, but wasn't it nice that we got to drive into the parking lot this morning and were met by wonderful greeters way out in the parking lot who had to flag me down because I'd driven right past thinking I had to go further. So I'd like to have all of us acknowledge all of you who are in service today or have been in service this last week. If that's you, would you please stand? We can give you a lot of love. So grateful for you. We could not do without you, and a special subset are our practitioners who are trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer. And if you truly want your life transformed, I suggest you make an appointment to see one of these people for a consultation. If you want a taste of that, just stop by any Sunday. We have 3 practitioners available, 2 at the table, the third one in the Tranquility Room. And the people who are in service today, we have Reverend Ann Ronan. We have Marlene, who's holding the high watch. We have Marlene Cutler, and we have Kimberly Wooldridge, and we have Doris Pallardian. Doris is going to come forth and read our affirmation for us, and then we're going to go, Marlene's going to come forth and read our affirmation for us, and we're going to all read it together. Please acknowledge the practitioners.
Good morning. As of today, I welcome change. I embrace it knowing opportunities and possibilities are opening up in my life. What good will come from these possibilities? And join me. As of today, I welcome change. I embrace it, knowing opportunities and possibilities are opening up in my life. What good will come from these possibilities? So it is.
It's now time that we get quiet, and we're beginning with a Ricky Byers-Beckwith chant. Pour yourself in me, and then I'll lead you in a very short meditation, some silence, and then we'll close with that same chant.
Pour yourself in me. Spirit, pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart. Whoa, wonderful Spirit. Wonderful Spirit.
Indeed, that wonderful Spirit already is in us. And when we invite it, we feel more of it. So I invite you to continue the idea that that Spirit is pouring itself into you, into your heart, opening it, and recognizing that everything you are is amazing. Your body is amazing. Your relationships are amazing, filled with that Spirit, with that amazing presence, that one power. Your creativity is amazing. Your life, your work is amazing. And your self-care is amazing. All of it, Spirit informed, God informed. Every cell of your body is blessed with the presence and power of the divine. And whether looking outwards or inwards, all we see is the activity of God. In the silence, contemplate this activity in you, as you.
Pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart. Whoa, wonderful Spirit. Whoa, wonderful Spirit.
And then gently and purposefully come back to this present moment, back to being in your bodies. If you've been out playing around, exploring the universe somewhere, come back. You're going to be glad that you did. It is my pleasure to bring to the platform Michael Paul Smith.
Good morning. Wow, I'm glad I got the parking. Just drove right on in. That was, after all the warning, watch out for the traffic, the parking and all. Anyway, It's so good to be here to receive a blessing. I'm so excited to be a part of this service and to let's raise the vibration of the planet here this morning. If it's magic, then why can't it be everlasting? Like the sun that always shines, like the poet's endless rhyme, like the galaxies in time. If it's pleasing, then why can't it be never leaving? Like the day that never fails, like on seashores there are shells, like the time that always tells. It holds the key to every heart throughout the universe. It fills you up without a bite, and it quenches every thirst. So if it's special, then with it, why aren't we as careful as making sure we dress in style, posing pictures with a smile, and keeping danger from a child? Oh, it holds the key to every heart throughout the universe, and it fills you up without a bite, and it quenches every thirst. If it's magic, then why can't it be everlasting? Like the lifetime of the sun, it'll leave no heart undone. Oh, there's enough for everyone.
Thank you, Michael Paul-Smith. Wonderful. This morning's message is a very curious title. It's the Alchemy of Awe. And to begin with, I'm going to show you a short video. It's called Shots of Awe, and evidently there are a whole bunch of them. So Darren picked this one out. It may or may not be the one that I watched last night and said, oh, that would be perfect. It'll be perfect because it's Shots of Awe. Please.
About the contrast between banality and wonder, between disengagement and
all the lights
radiant
out, please.
ecstasy, between being unaffected by the here and now, and being absolutely ravished emotionally by it. And I think one of the problems for human beings is mental habits. Once we create a comfort zone, we rarely step outside of that comfort zone. But the consequence of that is a phenomenon known as hedonic adaptation. Overstimulation to the same kind of thing, the same stimuli again and again and again, renders said stimuli invisible. Your brain has already mapped it in its own head, and you no longer literally have to be engaged by that. We have eyes yet see not, ears that hear not, and hearts that neither feel nor understand. There's a great book called The Wondering Brain. It says that one of the ways that we elicit wonder is by scrambling the self temporarily so that the world can seep in. Henry Miller says even a blade of grass, when given proper attention, becomes an infinitely magnificent world in itself. Darwin said attention, if sudden and close, graduates into surprise, and this into astonishment, and this into stupefied amazement. That's what rapture is. That's what illumination is. That's what that sort of infinite comprehending awe that human beings love so much. And so how do we do that? How do we mess with our perceptual apparatus in order to have the kind of emotional and aesthetic experience from life that we render most meaningful? Because we all know those moments are there. Those are the moments that will make final cut. Only in these moments we experience afresh the hardly bearable ecstasy of direct energy exploding on our nerve endings. This is the rhapsodic, ecstatic bursting forth of awe that expands our perceptual parameters beyond all previous limits. And we literally have to reconfigure our mental models of the world in order to assimilate the beauty of that download. That is what it means to be inspired. The Greek root of the term means to breathe in, to take it in. We fit the universe through our brains, and it comes out in the form of nothing less than poetry. We have a responsibility to awe.
Indeed, we do have a responsibility to awe, especially when you understand. I would like lights now, though. Thank you so much. Especially when you understand that awe is the natural byproduct of the experience of the divine. When we touch that seamless hem of the Blessed One and feel its presence, we must be in awe. In fact, Albert Einstein said, if you are not in awe, you're not paying attention. If you are not in awe, you are not paying attention. And here, where there is so much beauty, do we just get so jaded we don't see it anymore? We don't stop and look at the colors of the flowers and the trees and the shrubs and the sky, and on days like this, the clouds and the sun peeping through the clouds, everything expression of the divine. Absolute amazing beauty. Well, what is alchemy anyway? Most of you know, but I'll just tell you anyway for those of you who don't. Alchemy is, it was that which early scientists practiced, tried to create using some sort of chemical something to change base metals into something precious like gold or silver, to change something that didn't have much worth or value into something very valuable, gold. And so you see why it's absolutely perfect, the perfect word for us, alchemy of awe, because when we are in awe, when we're paying attention to the divine, our lives change. Our lives change for the better, because we can't help but being in gratitude, in joy, in wonder. How do these things happen? How do these things happen? And sometimes we think they happen to us, but they don't. They happen through us. There's something in us that said yes to this wonderful experience that we're experiencing. I was, last week, I spent Monday through Friday in a lodge called the Cedarbrook Lodge, which was an exquisite, outside of Seattle. exquisite lodge, absolutely 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, whatever the ultimate is of stars. It was one of those lodges that have a pillow menu. So if you didn't like the pillows that you have, you could choose others. You know, it's just a very, very nurturing. And it was only ministers. And for most of the attendees, it was given free to them. Because ministers don't, as a rule, look after themselves enough, and so are not enough immersed in this thing, in this wondrous thing that is awe, that brings awe, that is awe-inspiring. The lodge was absolutely beautiful, and for any of the senses, those people who like to snack, there were sweet things, there were salty things, there was ice cream in the freezer in little tubs, there were 5 or 6 different kinds of malt balls. Who knew? Who knew? I mean, that's not one of my things that I would feel so blessed to have, but, you know, and water, you know, bottled water everywhere, and then all of the sweets, the breads, the bagels, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Very beautiful surroundings. I think it was built by one of the banks that went bankrupt, and as their training center, and now it belongs to private enterprise who they mostly have trainings there and meetings. Our meeting was small compared to, there was an Alaska Airlines had a meeting that must have had 200 or 300 people there. Absolutely exquisite, first class, easy to forget struggle when everything around you is being taken care of. That the whole universe seems to support you. Yet, that's the principle we teach. That's the principle we teach. The entire universe supports us all the time, wherever we are, whether we're at Cedar Brook Lodge or in a hovel in San Clemente. Now, that doesn't even seem possible, but a hut. Anyway, it doesn't matter where we are. This thing is moving through us. And it moves through us according to our beliefs. What we believe then becomes our experience. What we accept as possible becomes true for us. I'm so happy to see some of our people back here after having some pretty major health issues. And the miracle of life, the miracle, the awe-inspiring awareness that my heart's beating, that I can move. So much everyday greatness and good. This morning I thought we'd be walking in, because that's what we thought. We thought that they'd still be striping the parking lot at 10:30. So we had a plan, and then we didn't have to go with the plan. But in my mind, it was still the plan that we would be having to do more work to get here, to struggle a little bit, walk a little further than, I usually park right out here, come in the door. That means I've walked about 20 feet. And I was going to walk 100 feet plus down the way, so there would be more effort required. And one of the spiritual practices that we did, so the meetings themselves were led by 3 of our greatest wisdom keepers in Centers for Spiritual Living. Kathy Ann Lewis from the Seattle Center, David Bruner from the San Jose Center, Edward Viljoen from the Santa Rosa Center, and Lisa Garcia from the Reno Center. And they did a lot of teaching, but then they just held the space for each one of us to grow, for each one of us, just like the blades of grass in that video. And there's a Jewish saying from the Talmud that every blade of grass has an angel over it telling it, grow, grow. And that's what we are too. We have that thing that we think is outside of us, but it is within us, that only wants us to grow spiritually, to have awareness, to turn the baseness of our life into the gold of our lives, to turn it into something better than whatever we're experiencing, to evolve as spiritual beings, and to be able to see that beautiful presence everywhere, in everyone. As I said at the end of the service, just the way they are and just the way they are not. The one that bugs you, to see that greatness in them, and the one that you adore, to see that greatness in that one also. That's what we're called to do. And then to take that greatness that we are out into the world, to let our light shine, so that we're recognized as, oh, they're the ones that are positive about everything. They're the ones that are living a good life. They're the ones that are living a good life. So the ritual that we did, I'm going to explain it to you, and then we're going to do it. So the first thing, you've got to, inside your bulletin, there was a lavender sheet of paper. If you didn't get this, raise your hands and we'll get the ushers to bring you some more. So anyone not get it, the people that were here first in the meditation and rehearsing, etc., keep your hands up until... And then make sure you have a pen or something to write with, and they're in the backs of the chairs, so you shouldn't have to look too far for that. Okay, we still need a couple more, 3 more, 4 more, 5. I know, because what it said, because of our habits. Because of our habits is why we don't see the divine. Because we come in, we know what the program is going to be, we don't pick it up. Waste not, like that. But sometimes we miss part of the program. Okay, on that lavender piece of paper, I want you to just take a deep breath, let God in, so you really allow that presence. If you were to live in enlightenment, all in transformation all the time, what did you bring in here with you would you leave behind? What things would you leave behind? And most of them will be beliefs. But it could be I'd leave behind 30 pounds. Or it could be I'd leave behind a sense of lack or a struggle or an issue with memory or fear about health or just fear, plain fear. Whatever it is that you know you need to leave behind in order to live that transformed life, take a moment and just see what it is. Maybe it's a sense of littleness. The main instructor was Kathy Ann Lewis, and one of her requests for us was to think, what is your year's theme? Not the one that you're, because ours, of course, is the year of joyous living joyously. That's our theme as a congregation. But she said, no, I mean, what is your theme? How are you living your life? What's your theme? And most of us had themes we really didn't want to share, but I'm going to share what she told me mine was. She said, I think your theme is it's all hard. It's too hard. So I'm telling you, my new theme is it's easy. My new theme is easy, and it only takes one, right? It only takes one, and it's easy for the 4T people, or for the Prosperity Plus people. It's easy. It's a shift in consciousness, that's all. It's easy, and it's joyful. So any sense of struggle, I left it behind last week. Any sense of, man, there's so much to do. Will I ever get it done? Of course I will. I'll get done what's important. So for the meditation. Some of you were in the meditation, and I just want to explain. One of Kathy Ann was also saying that it's been discovered that there are ways that we can trick our minds, like the video said, how we trick our minds to focus on awe. And one of them is by chanting. And if you were to take that chant, that Om Namah Shivaya chant that we were chanting, and do it for an hour rather than 15 minutes, you would enter that God place. Maybe if you did it for a day. Depends on how much you have to, how much unwillingness you have to be transformed. But the other thing is to consciously, mindfully, make decisions about your own life. We are all alchemists. We are alchemists. And the Philosopher's Stone that the alchemists carried is our awareness of principle. It's our awareness that what we think about comes about. It doesn't have to look like the Philosopher's Stone to be the Philosopher's Stone. It can look like the Science of Mind textbook, or it can look like a song that moves you so greatly that you're transformed. Philosopher's Stone goes from this that I'm struggling with to this that I'm welcoming, that I'm easy with. Okay. So, and now what you're going to do, and Kathy, if you come forward first of all, bring your sheet. Kathy's my model. You're going to bunch up this sheet like this, and you're going to throw it in one of the baskets here. And then, if you wish, you're going to find one of the practitioners, and they're going to be the first one, so you could line up if you've got an oil bottle. So behind Kathy, so I know who you are. And you're going to find one of those practitioners. They're going to be standing at the, They're going to be standing at the wall after they've been blessed. And you're going to be willing to be blessed. Tony, you have to come over here first. Okay. So you're not going to hear this. So actually what I'd love is you to put on the Om Namah Shivaya just so it's in the background. I'm anointing her. And I don't want you to hear this, so please mute me. I anoint you as a great teacher, a great leader. practitioners, you may be seated. It is done unto you as you believe. As you believe. So here's what I'm knowing for each one of us. Alchemy isn't something crazy people do. Alchemy isn't something, I think it was one of them, was it Isaac Newton? One of the, you probably know this, Wade, because you know everything. There's one of the scientists that actually discovered something really, that his whole first years was looking for that alchemic formula that would change base metals in, oh, you're going to look it up? Good, into gold. But honestly, it's just a fabulous metaphor for us. We already have. We have the chemicals of alchemy within us. It's called the creative process. We're cooperating with it every moment of every day, that our minds are centered on the Spirit. When they're centered on good or happiness or joy or any of the qualities of God, we are then changing that base metal into gold. You are gold. You are gold. And I am so blessed to be in your company. From one alchemist to the other, I say namaste. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for participating and playing. And back to the platform, Michael Paul Smith.
No complaints and no regrets. I still believe in placing dreams and chasing bats. Oh, I have learned that all you give is all you get. So you give it all you got. I've had my share. I've drank my fill, and even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's down another road beyond the hill, and to do it all again. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Yes, here's to life, to the dreamer and their dream. Funny how the time just flies. Our love can go from warm hellos to sad goodbyes, and leave you with the memories you memorize to keep the winters warm. For there's no yes in yesterday, and who knows what tomorrow brings or takes away. As long as I'm still in the game, I'm gonna play for love, for laughs, for life. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Here's to life, to the dreamers and their dream. storms be weathered, and all that's good get better. Here's to life, here's to love, and here's to you.
Thank you, Michael Paul Smith. Beautiful. The stewards would please come forward. This is our time for us to share our gifts, our tithes, our offerings. And I just remind us that our center is fully supported by the generosity of the people who tend. And I'm so very grateful in advance for all gifts given. I forgot something, didn't I? But it's okay if you stand there while we do this, right? If anyone's here for the very first time, would you please raise your hand? We've got a little gift for you. Good. There's one right here and one right here, one right there. Keep them up because we haven't seen you yet. Here, and then over on this side too. Keep your hand over. Yeah. There you go, Gina. I think that was it. Thank you very much, Gina Fender. Okay, so if this is a day that you're giving something, if you would just take it in your hand and feel the love of God flow through it, the love of this presence that is you, in you, and in everything, this thing that is amazing and awe-inspiring. And just silently bless it and give thanks for it. And then we'll say together our prosperity affirmation. My offering is my acceptance of God as the source of my supply and symbolizes my faith in the abundant flow of this supply. We are greatly blessed. Thank you. Thank you, Ed. Wow, just beautiful. If the stewards come back, we're going to receive our gifts, tithes, and offerings together, and then a few things to bring you up to date on, and we'll be on our way. So, and just hold your hands so that you can feel energy. Feel that energy leaving your hands and coming to your hands. That's God's presence. And repeat after me. On behalf of my beloved center, I receive these gifts, knowing they bless everything they touch, and return to every giver multiplied, pressed down, and spilling over, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, well, we're here to let you know about some of the exciting things that are going on in your center coming up right away. First and foremost, want to thank all of the love in this room, and I think it's all of us. These flowers are in honor of our beloved Bill Hart. Yeah.
Okay, today after service from 12 to 12:30, we'll have Conscious Connection right here in the sanctuary, where we come together to practice our gifts of spiritual conversation. And childcare is extended, so you can leave your kids in there for a little bit longer.
Wednesday Wisdom this week is being presented by our in-flight teens. They are fresh back from teen camp, and they are coming to fill us up. So they will be doing the talk, they'll be doing the prayers, they will be doing the meditation, they'll be doing the music, and you know it's going to be amazing. So be here Wednesday, 7 o'clock. I also want to remind us all, just in case you're wondering, we have suites available upstairs. Maybe you know someone, or maybe you are a person who would like to have an office space that's beautiful in a fully conscious building with great amenities and wonderful people around you. You could inquire in about having your suite, your office right here in this building. Check it out.
And this coming Saturday, Faith Rivera is coming for her play shop, Sing, Dance, Shine, from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Saturday afternoon, and if you're going to learn positive, upbeat sing-alongs, easy dance-alongs, and you could even write your own personal chant. And if you desire, you could perform with Faith, as she is going to be providing our music next Sunday.
And this just in, hot off the press, Michael Paul Smith is going to be at the Verizon Amphitheater in Irvine doing Porgy and Bess. Seriously? When is this? Today! Today! It is not too late to get tickets. You can go see Michael Paul Smith in Porgy and Bess at the Pacific Amphitheater. That is at 7:30 tonight. I know, right? Oh, gee. If that's not enough for you, tomorrow the Tao Te Ching book study class starts. It's actually not even a class. It's a book discussion. Everyone is welcome to come. Reverend Karen and I are facilitating this. You're invited to bring your own copy of the Tao Te Ching. We will be exploring it and interpreting it and applying it to our own lives, and everyone is welcome to come to that. Also, I just want to remind anyone who is in class this week, if you're in the Inner Journey class or the Prosperity Plus class, it is on schedule just like normal. Show up at your class.
Our Relay for Life team for Center for Life would love for you to join them at San Clemente High School this coming weekend, July 26th and 7th. And all you have to do is call Melissa Eckelberger, and her phone number is in the program. All you have to do is sign up, and you can just show up. You can walk a couple laps, celebrate survivors, honor people that that have passed. And she's very dedicated to this, and we'd encourage you to join.
If you want more information about that, you can call Melissa directly, or we put a sign up on the kiosk. So you can put your name on there, and you will be contacted.
Yes. You don't have to walk fast. That's a good point.
You don't have to have passed. No, that would be almost impossible. Okay, so I think that's it for our announcements. There's a few more in there about ongoing activities, dates, and times. Take it home. Come and play at your center. Oh, do I get to bring the kids in? Bring them in!